Okay, for some reason, happy Tuesday. For some reason, we're missing quite a few people. So still no Gracie, right? No Larissa yet. No Sylvia yet. Alexis J yet. Carlos yet. Ava P yet. And Xander, no. Neither one there. All righty, well, we'll get started. There's no sense in waiting or making you wait. So like I said, happy Tuesday. I hope all is well. If you have turned in some of the assignments from last week, whether it be the map or the review questions on formative, those were updated. So check areas, make sure that you've got the scores that you had earned. Check and make sure that is right. As I said yesterday, we're going to review fascism, characteristics of fascism, both in Italy and Germany as it relates to Mussolini and his fascist party, Hitler and his Nazi party, and consequences of what that means. So we'll do a review game of that and then get you ready to take the review test over that unit. Real quick, as I said last week, you had 3 things that you had to do. 21 identifications of what Europe looks like before World War I. And then we had 2 sets of review questions, 5 on Mussolini and 3 on Hitler. As I said, most of the problems that have arisen have been with the color shirt. So Mussolini and his fascist party were black shirts. Hitler and his party were brown shirts. A couple of characteristics about fascism, right? Absolute obedience to the leader. You have generally a police and a secret police that do not allow for any sort of protesting, opposition groups, no other political parties, and there's this high sense of nationalism. The better that we make ourselves, the better that we would stand a chance in a war against others, coming off of the Great War, which will be World War I, when we start World War II, September 1st of 1939. So that is sort of what we looked at. If you go to Module 9, you get to the overview page here. Go ahead and click on this page right here, and we'll get you started. So just to double check, no Nancy yet, right? No Gracie yet? No Larissa yet? No Sylvia yet? Alexis J, Carlos? No Ava P yet? And no Xander yet, right? All right, we'll get rolling. Okay, so as I said, we want to understand the political and cultural changes that this fascism brings to Italy and Germany, and then what that means for the rest of Europe. We will play the review game and get you ready for the test that you'll take tomorrow. So if you go to the next page, you'll have the review game here available to you as many times as you want. If you go to kahoot.it, I'm going to give you the game code. You'll put in a game pin and you'll be set. Let me bring that up. And we are unit 12. So the game pin is 41583 or excuse me, 8536. I'll put this in the chat room as well. Okay, 415-8536. Okay, Nazism developed as the German form of. Fascism, right? Fascism. We said that fascism is not like communism. So don't make that mistake tomorrow. How were the Italian and German models of fascism different from each other? Right. Hitler had way more control over the entire state of Germany. Remember that Mussolini signed a pact with the Pope. The Catholic Church was still very involved in day-to-day life. Hitler controlled all aspects of life in Germany. Germany, Italy, and the Soviet Union had many differences. Which of the following was shared by all three? A leader, a leader with absolute power over their country. Hitler with Germany, Mussolini with Italy, Stalin with the Soviet Union. All right, which of the following is one of the reasons why the Nazis were able to gain power in Germany? All of those are true, right? The worldwide economic depression of the 30s, even in the United States. The appeal of Hitler to the Germans is true. And then German dissatisfaction with the Treaty of Versailles is also true. So if you put red, blue, or yellow, you're correct, but the other two were right as well. What did Hitler's Germany, Mussolini's Italy, and Stalin's Russia have in common? They're all led by a dictator. All led by a dictator. All right, how did the Nazi Party persuade Germans to join? Nazi Party used propaganda to appeal to economic needs. All right, fascists and communists differed in their beliefs in which way? Okay. Fascists are nationalists, really strong belief in one's country. Went over that at the beginning. Communists wanted this international takeover. Also, communists believe in a command or centrally planned economic system. Fascists believe in capitalism, market economies, free enterprise to make as much as you can. All right, the main goal of Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, was to explain which of the following? All right. His plan for conquering Eastern Europe, assert his Aryan or master race. All right, which of these countries did not fall under dictatorship prior to World War II? Czechoslovakia, Italy, Spain, Hungary, all came under the rule of a dictator. The original Bolsheviks brought a new system of government, which would eventually be called what? So in Russia, the Bolsheviks set up what kind of government? Communism. You know that. Russian Revolution, communism. Blank helped bring to power dictatorial leaders like Hitler, Mussolini, and Franco after World War I. Nationalism, right? Nationalism, loyalty to one's country. What cause of anger by Germans and made it possible for a fascist like Hitler to take power? Treaty of Versailles, very good. Treaty of Versailles is what causes that. Treaty of Versailles is what causes that. Using a nationalist message, what gained power in 1922 and took control of Italy? Mussolini. Mussolini using a nationalist message. We're going to go back to the glory days of the Roman Empire, right? Was able to take control. Blank was a primary belief of the Nazi Party. Okay, so a couple of things on this one, and we had gone over this. Collective ownership of land is Russia. Invasion of Ethiopia was Italy. Equal rights for all citizens was none of these countries we've talked about. That only leaves, right, his Mein Kampf, in which he said the Aryans, right, blonde hair, blue eyes, are superior to everybody else. And that was their belief. All right, how did the Great Depression help the Nazis come to power? Germans were given hope by the Nazis' nationalistic message. Extreme nationalism is a trait shared by both communists and fascists. Define nationalism. All right, belief that people should be loyal to their nation. It's a belief that people should be loyal to their nation. Nation before anything else. Country before God. Why is there a rise in interest towards the extreme form of government called fascism after the Great War, after World War I? Right? Fascism promised to revive the economy and national pride. In Italy, the radical new form of government called fascism was primarily fueled by what factor? Right? Failure to claim large territorial gains after World War I. Right? They were on the winning side. They didn't get any benefit. They lost land. Fascist leaders Mussolini and Hitler both pledged to do what for their countries? What did they promise the people of their country? Both promised to lead their countries back to greatness. All right. What religion was most popular in Italy? Catholic. Catholic, now over 95% of Italians are Catholic. And that's still the case today. Both the Soviet Union communists and the German Nazis gained power partly because they did what? Right? They had total control of the media. They propaganda everything. Both the communists under Stalin's control, the Nazis under Hitler's control, controlled all of the news, everything that had gone out. And that way they could basically control the narrative of each of those. What leader controlled Spain for nearly 4 decades? Franco. Franco's the one that controlled Spain. Hitler, Germany, Stalin, Soviet Union, Mussolini, Italy. Just from subtraction, you should have gotten that one. Blue shirts were part of what country's police force? That's Spain. Italy, black shirts. Germany, brown shirts. Spain, blue shirts. Black shirts were part of what country's police force? I just gave you the answer. Italy's the black shirts. And then lastly, the brown shirts. Germany. Okay, so a couple of things here. Blank helped bring to power dictatorial leaders like Hitler, Mussolini, and Franco. That's nationalism, right? That's the biggest thing about nationalism. Fascists and communists differed in their beliefs. In which way? Fascists are nationalists, communists were internationalists. Communists believed in collectivization and economy for the good of all people. Fascists still believed in a market economy. Blue shirts are part of Spain. Black shirts are part of Italy. What leaders control Spain? That's Franco, right? Stalin was Soviet Union. Mussolini was Italy. Hitler was Germany. Wanted to see, you should have known the other three, so that by process elimination. Main goal of Hitler's book was about his plan to conquer back eastern parts of Europe and assert the master race, the Aryan race. Which of these countries did not fall under dictatorship prior to World War II? That's going to be Czechoslovakia. The original Bolsheviks brought a new system of government which would eventually be called communism. That's Russian Revolution. We should know that from last unit. How did the Great Depression help Nazis come to power? Right? Germans were given hope by Nazi nationalistic message that we can take control of our destiny. In Italy, the radical new form of government called Fascism was primarily fueled by the failure to claim and add land after World War I. Using a nationalist message, he gained power in 22 and control of Italy. That is Mussolini. What was a primary belief of the Nazi Party? That was racial purity and the elevation of the Aryan race. Both the Soviet Union communists and the German Nazis gained power partly because they had control of the media. Same thing with Mussolini, right? We talked about his newspaper. We talked about his control of textbooks in schools. It's very common. Nazism developed as the German form of fascism, right? German form of fascism. So from last week, and you saw this in your Aries, if you checked last night, the 3 assignments from last week started showing up. In terms of the map, Corey, Gracie, Larissa, Sierra, Kevin, Nathan, Sylvia, Jesus, Alexis, Carlos, Yahir, Ryan, Xander, and Avi. You can still turn in the map of Europe pre-World War II. I did not see that as of this morning being turned in. The review questions over Hitler, we're still waiting for Leah, Nathan, Corey, Gracie, Larissa, Benny, Sierra, Nestor, Kevin, Sylvia, Gisela, Jesus, Gerard, Alexis, Carlos, Renee, Isaiah, Yahir, Ryan, Lolly, Xander, and Avi. And then on the review questions over Mussolini, it's going to be Leah, Abby, Nathan, Corey, Gracie, Larissa, Benny, Sierra, Kevin, Sylvia, Gisela, Jesus, Gerard, Alexis, Carlos, Renee, Isaiah, Yahir, Ava P, Ryan, Lolly, Xander, Avi. So those of you, if I have said that you have not turned that in, that's as of this morning. So if you have done it after this morning, I'll be able to check after school. But if I called your name, that's what you want to get done first. Then you want to use and practice on the review questions. The 21 questions from the unit test come from this review game. So practice as many times as you can, write your notes down, you can join the game and play that. All right. Other than that, that's what we need to get done today. We will meet again tomorrow and make sure that you're ready for the unit test. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye, Mr. Grog. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Mr. Grok,
Yes.
it says that I've turned both of them in for Go Formative
Okay. When did you do that? Let me check.
on Friday.
Okay. So let's see what's going on with yours then. Yep. Shows 100 out of 100. And let's make sure your name is right. Did you submit it through? Did you submit it through Canvas?
No, just through Go Formative.
Okay, so take your URL or take a screenshot of that and submit that through Canvas, and then it can pick up your grade. That's why.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. No problem.